All right. So in case you don't know about Johnny Somali, we're gonna start with him and start with the story. Johnny Somali is what you would refer to as a nuisance streamer. So that's a person who goes from place to place, causing an issue and trying to start stuff for clout, right? And there's a bunch of people like this. He's not the only one. In fact, there's people that have been tracking these types of streamers, and they're actually following them and recording their activities, because a lot of these streamers have actually committed crimes in other jurisdictions. They've actually done stuff like one of them publicly sexually assaulted a woman in Japan. Other ones have really questionable stuff. Some of them are potential PDFs, right? There's a lot of really bad people that are in that space of nuisance streaming. And mind you, they often are afraid to go back to the countries they visit. So it's not like these people are ever welcome there again. Remember, Johnny Somali, and we're going to get into it, he's pretty much banned from Japan. I wouldn't doubt if he's effectively banned from Thailand, right? Because of the shit he did in Thailand, and the Thais aren't happy with him either. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's not banned from there. And now he's locked down in Korea. Yes, he has not left Korea, right? Despite what people have said or jokes or whatever, he's still in Korea. He's locked down. And we're going to talk about his idiotic plan to escape Korea that is literally 39 IQ to try to help him get out of South Korea. And I want to give a shout out to Team FT, which really has been covering this issue for a while and been doing a really good job of it. But yeah, it's really sad to hear these people and how stupid they are and what plans they have, because they're just absolutely idiotic. Here it is. I found it. So here's his dumb fucking supporters, and this is before all this went down, before he was completely arrested. But they're trying to come up with a plan to help him escape from South Korea. This is one of the dumbest things ever. And yes, in his Discord, he calls himself Johnny Somali. Yes, that's actually him, right? So that's him right there in his Discord.
If you're going to leave, do not fly out of fucking Seoul, okay? If you're going to leave, take a cab from your hotel, literally, or wherever you're staying. Take a fucking cab and go somewhere out of the city to like a train area. Then take the train to either Jeju or Busan.
Okay, let's just talk. Let's stop there. First of all cabs are tracked and monitored. Okay, Korea is not like, this is not Southeast Asia, and by the Southeast Asia, I'm not even talking about like advanced countries like Thailand or Singapore or Malaysia, even Kuala Lumpur, right? Or in some of the bigger places that are very advanced. This is not like Laos. This is not like Myanmar, right? Everything in Korea is largely digitized. There are CCTVs everywhere. Also, Jeju is an island. Jeju is an island. There is no train to Jeju. There is no train that goes over the water to a volcanic island. Jeju is like the Hawaii of Korea, right? So this person clearly has not even been to Korea. Second of all, if you went to a train area, trains are extraordinarily tracked. And there's going to be a bunch of people there that are going to be able to find out where you're at. Right? And also, all of the airports, including Jeju, which, by the way, the number one most flight, this is a fun fact for you guys, fun facts. In the world, the number one high traffic route is the route between Seoul and Jeju. That is the most trafficked air route in the world. That's that single route between Seoul and Jeju. At least for several years. It may have changed, but that's, as far as I recall, that's the highest volume route. There's no way, because he's trying to blend in and have nobody see him. There's no way you go to Jeju and people don't see you. There's no way you go to Busan and you're hiding from people. Busan is the number 2 city in Korea. And the airports in Busan and Jeju are very advanced and just as full, if not more full sometimes, than even the airport in Seoul, because there's 2 airports in Seoul. There's Incheon and there's Gimpo, right? Gimpo is the old historic one, the former army base airport, where there's some international flights. There are more domestic, but there's a lot of international flights. And Incheon, where most of the major international airports are. But by the way, where is Johnny going to get his flight? Because here's the thing. Where can Johnny go? He can't go to Japan. He's blacklisted. He's not going to go back to Thailand. They'll fucking kill him, right? He's not going to go to a lot of the countries you guys mentioned because they might not even let him in. He's got to go back to America. He's defeated. The only way he's getting out is if they let him out. But let's let him finish here.
And catch a flight out of there where nobody fucking knows.
Lay low. Surely catching a cab straight to like the international airport would be pretty safe. Like I can't imagine like what do you think's going to happen there?
So they're saying it's safe to go to the airport. No, it's not. They will track you everywhere. The police, you're not going to hide from the police in Korea. Like they know exactly where you are if they want to track you. If they want to find you, they're going to find you. There's CCTVs literally everywhere.
I don't think. No way. At Incheon, no one's going to attack you at the airport. No,
that's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. If he's talking about streamers, they will absolutely do it. They punched him in front of the cops. You think they're going to stop because it's an airport? No way. They would fucking take him out. If he's trying to run from streamers, they will follow him to the airport and they'll punch him in the middle of the airport. They're way underestimating that. They are way underestimating that.
Dude, fuck, man. Here's
like
the
the
thing.
jumping punch.
I would catch it. Then if you're gonna leave out of Ichion, but definitely catch a cab, bro. Don't get on the fucking train.
Yeah, the train or the fucking bus. No,
definitely not an Uber or a cab. Yeah, and then once you get to take an evening
like 11 p.m. Like 11 p.m. some shit like that, midnight, 1 a.m.
Yep, where nobody's gonna know. And then what you do is you go live when you get to a new country. And then rinse and repeat.
This is so stupid. You think the other countries are not smart? You think they're not paying attention? The thing is, this guy's going to get permanently blacklisted. He's also, I mean, literally on track to get killed, right?
Because there's no clout more to get in Korea. Like it's over. Like it's peaked. Yeah, like the only thing I can do is like go fucking do like go do a terrorist attack. Like there's no way to.
So you can tell based on what he's saying why he's doing this. He's doing this for clout, right? So at this point, it's pretty much exposed why. I mean, we all knew this, right? But this just shows like why he's doing it and why he needs to be jailed, why his passport needs to be revoked, because he's going to keep trying to do this for clout, right? This is exactly why they do it.
Get more
disavow.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But you need to think about this live stream today because you can just drag it on for like 5 hours. Like just
sit in my room.
Yeah.
A desktop stream, I guess. I've never done it before. I've never really done that, but fuck it.
But just being like controversial and but I guess like YouTube, you don't want to lose your channel either, so you can't be like too provocative. I guess
he's already lost his channel, right? He's already been struck down, lost his channel. He needs to fucking completely lose his channel, get demonetized. YouTube needs to never let him back on.
I might show some of those comfort woman memes. I'll show some of those comfort woman memes they put in this Discord. I'll write Joel's someone needs to DM me Joel's address in the DM.
Well, you'll get banned for doxing.
Oh, I can't show address.
I don't think so. No,
yeah, you will get banned for doxing. Be careful.
Then I won't show address.
That was them and their fucking 39 IQ planning. Obviously, here, let me show you real quick. He was facing a police probe. This is from the Korean news. Once again, Korea Jung'an Daily, right? YouTuber Johnny Somali faces police probe in Korea over assault and drug use allegations. Now, mind you, assault and drug use. We're going to get that. So a complaint has been filed against Johnny Somali. So it's a criminal complaint known for his provocative content, including his activities prompting a police investigation. According to Korean police, Johnny Somali, whose real name is Ramzi Khalid Ismail, is accused of assault and drug use. He posted a picture of a building believing to be Incheon Airport, sparking rumors of an escape. They have confirmed he has not left the country. They took his passport. He cannot leave. Ishmael is facing backlash for performing offensive acts in public during his broadcast. He posts a picture of him kissing the Statue of Peace in Itaewon, Yongsan, and doing a lewd dance in front of that monument. The statue represents tens of thousands of young women forced into sex slavery by the Japanese military during the 1910-1945 colonial rule. These wartime sexual slavery victims are euphemistically referred to as comfort women, right? So they were taken by the Japanese. He stated, let's head to the expletive comfort woman statue and said he would like to put some baby oil on it. So that's a Diddy sex reference, and saying that he was going to perform a sex act on it, right? He also interviewed people around the university while displaying the flag of Imperial Japan. So he is blatantly fucking with Korea, right? In a very offensive way. So I just want to go through, this is Team FT, and they've been documenting Johnny Somali. So I want to go through some of the other stuff they've been documenting. Once again, we're not going to go into the details. I just want to give you guys some background. So this is kind of historical going back the last couple days. So there was a $722 bounty to find Johnny's location and a $10K bounty to beat him up. So 1 million won is about $722. So that's how much that was. 100 manwon, right? So manwon is the way they count. So in Korea, man means 10,000, right? So they count in units of 10,000. So just understand that. Johnny Somali is dragging his mentor Suspendus into the chaos. Suspendus goes to Korea often to stream, and Johnny Somali thinks it'll be funny to get his friend and mentor into trouble. So this guy, Suspendus, actually taught him how to do stuff for clout. This is the guy who harassed sexually a Japanese woman and bragged about it and said that that's how he got his views, by sexually harassing a woman. Absolutely fucking disgusting, right? And once again, you will get called out for this, right? Here's him posting that he left Korea, saying he landed in Thailand, but the reality was this was actually before he got punched. He hadn't left at all. So he was pretending he left. He was also saying like, oh, Shinzo Abe, the dead former Japanese prime minister, I defeated the Koreans for you, right? Saying he's in Thailand. He's not at all. He hasn't left at all. He was contacted by a NewsX reporter from India, and this is what he had to say. So it says, can you confirm that you have not signed the rights away with the photos to another agency? What is the story about? I own all the photos. It's about the statue incident in South Korea. Maybe you could give us a statement. North Korea sent me to get revenge on the South. I do this for the glory of Kim Jong-un, the god. That's what he said. So he's claiming to be a North Korean spy. Also, here's a good video. This is a South Korean streamer who's been following him. And he's actually, this is his reaction when he's told that the police secretly moved Johnny to a different location. Let's watch this real quick.
네. 안 하고 있어요. 네. 네. 외국인이요? 그 사람 데려갔어요? 외국에? 경찰이요? 걔 데려갔다고요? 외국 애들이요? 네. 경찰이 데려갔다고 걔네를? 외국 애들? 알겠습니다.
So yeah, see how upset he is that that detectives kind of had to sneak out Johnny Somali. Like he's actually upset because they've been, following him. This YouTuber Youngmin, what was it? Youngmin Chilju Bunung. All right, my Korean pronunciation is shitty, but point around is he's very disappointed, right, that he wasn't able to go and take out Johnny Somali, right? That's how much these people are following him. So he's upset. Johnny, obviously, look at this, talking smack, calling people the N-word, right? And this guy, YouTuber, actually found where he was staying.
Johnny 어딨어?
어디서 means where are you? So he's asking, where are you? Johnny, where are you? Johnny, where are you? 어디서?
내 걸리네. 아씨. 아, 왜 나왔어요? 왜요? 네? 왜요? 아니에요. 저 때문에요? 아니에요. 왜요?
아니, 우리 선생님 유튜브 이렇게 촬영하시고 하니까.
네.
한번 안 봤죠? 무슨 일 때문에.
아, 무슨 일 없어요. 네. 가셔도 됩니다, 예. 아, 가셔도 돼요. 아, 왜요?
So yeah, he found where he's at. So he knew exactly where he was staying at. Now, of course, Johnny hid like a in his room when that happened, right? So Johnny Somali did not stream because he was scared. Korean YouTubers tracked his location. He called the police crying for an escort. They snuck him out of the hostel. He was under police protection, and the Korean police are an embarrassment. Yeah. I mean, they had to because he's under investigation, right? So he's banned off of, he's saying he left, he's saying he left, both left Korea. Nope, they did not leave. He's still there, right? Now, Gino, his little butt boy, his little partner, you know, he's kind of the Aaron Himmel to the, he's the Aaron Himmel to his Nikki Rackets, right? You know, kind of that sort of situation. He's back in the US. He fled, right? He did flee, but and Gino's mother's rich and sends him money every month. So he fled out. And so he's in back in the US, but Johnny did not indeed get out, right? Let's see what else here. So this YouTuber who's been following him also went to the Dangdaemun police station where he's hiding. So Johnny was hiding inside this police station, and literally the streamers are waiting outside, camping for him to spawn. This is a photo that was taken of Johnny. So after he claims to have left Korea, there's a photo of him that behind him, I think it's an airport bus stop. Pretty sure, right? So that's an airport bus stop, and it's in Korean. You can see the Hangul behind him on that bus stop. So you can see he's clearly in Korea. So he's lying off his ass that he's left. He's not gone anywhere. Continuing from here, we've got a little bit more I want to show you on the current situation, and then we'll get to the charges. So he's trying to say he left. He didn't leave. The news has been reporting on him. So the Korean news is on him. And also this old video of his buddy Suspendus. So this is his buddy telling him how to start. This is why all of these people need to go, and all of these people need to be removed, and all these people need to have their channels put down. This is how Johnny got his start, by this motherfucker telling him what to do. This is him explaining to him how to get clout. Listen in.
Yeah. I would have told you other moments, like the time that I had my camera in a girl's pussy in like a strip club. But
inside.
Yeah, the thing is like that doesn't really have the same kind of climax that like when I was on the mountain. Like that type of
that's
shit.
A fucking crazy story.
I mean, I fucked pretty much an AV actress almost on camera. So that was pretty good. Yeah, so that got me about 8,000 viewers watching that shit. That shit was kind of legendary.
Japanese porn stars so bad.
Yeah, they're out there.
You know something?
I mean, I got a boy that will hook you up. I got a boy that will hook you out. Yo, Ned, we got a young boy out here. You want to make some money, Ned?
Somali and Johnny Sins, man. I'm gonna tell you.
So that's why all of these people need to be banned. All these people need to be removed. They need to be absolutely travel blacklisted. All of these people. Now they're trying to back down. Like this guy who made that statement, he's trying to back down now because he's fucking afraid. This is the guy here, Suspendus. He's trying to say, "Oh, I love Korea," right? But guess what? It's too late, bro. We got you on fucking candid camera. Explaining your methodology for nuisance streaming. You should be banned. All these countries should know. They should fucking blacklist you. And frankly, the US should fucking suspend their passports, revoke their passports, right? Koreans are leaving a bunch of comments as to where he is, right? They're all following this motherfucker, right? So you see all these comments in Korean, so they're following him. They found the door where his friend, the guy who invited him to Korea, this guy Hank, who's actually a real-life neo-Nazi Korean who invited Johnny to come to Korea. They found his door and they were listening into their conversation, right? At this point, they make him into Mewtwo because he's pretty much the Goblin, the legendary Pokemon that everyone's trying to catch, because if you hit it, it drops gold. So they're looking for this motherfucker like he's Mewtwo, right? There's a video here called The Most Wanted Monkey in Korea. He tried to get streaming live. Of course, this got banned, right? He continued to taunt Korea, make accusations, troll the Koreans. Of course, they found him, terminated his accounts. The Koreans are still tracking him. They're not very happy about it. And then here we go, the video of the beatdown of when he got punched by the streamer. So that led up to those events. Mr. A, there he is, as he's arrested proudly by police, not giving a literally speaking to police, not giving a fuck when he got caught, you know. And the cool thing is that this is him when he got out, and there's him in his Korean SEAL outfit up there. So you can see his SEAL outfit. He went live afterwards and was getting crazy amount of donos. So proudly getting taken out here by this dude. He's still in Korea. He's still talking, but he's currently being watched by the police, and he's not able to go anywhere. He's not able to leave. So that brings us up to date. So let's get into why he is fucked. So if you recall, he is under charges. And as I said, he is charged with certain crimes, right? So I'm going to explain why he's going to get his passport revoked, or how he can get it revoked. So as you see here, this is a Tribune, the Express Tribune. He's charged with assault and drug use. Now, in America, drug use may be something that is normal. Drug use may be something that's not even a crime, right? If you're in California, pretty much it's not only legal, but they just give you the drugs in California. But not everywhere is California, right? This is not California. This is not some other crazy places. This is South motherfucking Korea. Drug use is not just not okay here. It's a serious crime. Let's look at, and this is a summary by a Korean law firm, actually one that I really like. This law firm does a lot of good blogging, and the female lawyer here is actually really cute. Penalty for possession or use of cannabis is 5 years in prison or 50 million won. If it's a narcotic or psychotropic drug, it's 10 years in prison and 100 million won, right? So you're looking at serious penalties, prison term of 5 years to life. If you have certain things, if you've done certain things for profit, so if he's selling money like trafficking or dealing, that's up to the death penalty. At the very least, even if it's cannabis, he would still get at least a year. Well, what does that mean? Well, what he did is a felony level offense, right? Is a felony level offense. So that's a big deal, right? Because felony level offenses, right, are, first of all, they're going to get you, your passport taken, which is what happened, right? But beyond that, they're going to end up getting you under the scrutiny of the international eye, right? So that's going to get you under international law. They're going to look at stuff a little bit differently than they would if it's just a misdemeanor, right? Sometimes it's a slap on the wrist, they'll look past. But when you get into stuff like felonies, that's something you're going to have to disclose. Like, for example, if you go to a different country, it's like, have you ever been convicted of a felony? Right? They're going to ask you that question. They're going to say, hey, have you been convicted of a felony? So why this is relevant is when you look at the laws related to limitation and revocation of a passport. This is a U.S. passport law. This is section 5162 and 5160 of the U.S. code. So let's look at this and see how he can lose his passport, right? So here's what is up on in the provisions for revocation or limitation of a passport. So the U.S. Department of State can revoke or limit a passport when the bearer of the passport may be denied a passport under 22 CFR 5160 or 5161 or 28 or any other provision. So if they have grounds to deny you a passport, they have grounds to revoke or limit your passport. So limit could be, for example, his passport gets limited so he can only use it to come home. And that's all. Passports are not a human right. They are a privilege. A passport is a privilege. It is not a right. Okay? So let's look at what would be grounds for denial. Because it's not like the passport that he got was obtained illegally, fraudulently, or erroneously. He legally got his passport, right? He legally got his passport. But let's look under denial. So anything that's grounds for denial, remember, if it's grounds for denial or restriction, it's grounds for revocation. So let's look at the grounds here. Let's look at the grounds. Let's scroll down here. If you're a sex offender, so some people like that Suspendus guy who did that to that poor Japanese woman, the Suspendus guy might be a sex offender. So maybe he would be falling under this one here, under section A4, right? But let's look here. They may refuse to issue if they determine that the applicant has a federal warrant for a felony, right? Or, right, is subject to a criminal order, probation, or otherwise regulated in the U.S., but also, let's see, is subject to a request for extradition. That could happen. And we've got more here. Hold on one second. Let's see here. Here we go. If the secretary determines the applicant's activities abroad are causing or likely to cause serious damage to the national security or foreign policy of the U.S., at this point, this is absolutely causing serious problems, right, for the foreign policy. It's making the U.S. look horrible. And here we go. If the department is informed by appropriate foreign government authority or international organization that the applicant is subject of a warrant for arrest for a felony. So in the other country, so when Korea arrests him for a felony, they can revoke his passport right there under D. That's what I was looking for. There's multiple provisions that could apply here, but I wanted to get to this one because this one is like a shoe-in. He's already been charged with a felony. He's already subject to this. So Korea may be holding him and talking to the U.S. about getting his passport limited or revoked. And I don't think Johnny Somali has many friends, and I don't care whether it's Trump or Kamala. I don't think he's got many friends that are going to endorse him. I mean, literally, even Kamala, right? Even the woke left is not going to endorse this guy when his best friend is like a neo-Nazi Korean, right? So, like, I don't think that anybody is going to bat for him. Trump's not going to bat for him. Kamala's not going to bat for him. Ain't nobody going to come out for this guy. Nobody, no love lost for this guy, right? So you've got that one that's clear. If there's any sex offense that ever got against them, that would be it too. I think that part's drug trafficking. Let's see. I think that was the main one that I thought was relevant. Yeah, that was the main one. So there's two that I think are mainly relevant. I think it's the felony. That one's clear. That one's like so fucking clear because he's been brought in on felony. But I also would argue that he's causing damage to the foreign policy of the U.S. So I think that there are grounds for him to have his valid grounds for him to have his passport revoked